never lose. And even if I choose to refuse, it will still conclude. God, you are there. Even if I make my bed in hell, God, you are there. Even if I climb the highest hills, God, you are there. It's funny how you never leave, even when I didn't believe. Girl, you stick by me. The scriptures in Psalms run deep. You are light to my path and a lamp unto my feet.
Yeah, man, Avion and J Prophet. Anywhere I go, you are indeed right beside me. And you know who is beside me this morning? Do you know who is beside me this morning? Good morning, listeners and viewers. You're live right here on the breakfast hour. Yeah, man. We have to start the month fresh.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Good morning and welcome. Let me save me here in your loud and clear. Morning and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning to you, Ellie. Good morning, viewers.
Oh, you do.
I am doing fabulous this morning. Yeah.
We call myself family. Morning, family. Morning.
Yes.
Yes. Now I know that everybody is hearing me because now I just checked.
Yes.
And everybody hearing me loud and clear. So, yes. Welcome to Breakfast Hour.
Thank you for having me.
We're planning to have a Catawampus time in here in studio today,
Of course, we indeed plan to have a Catawampus time, and the truth is that we cannot have this time alone. We have to share it with those who are tuning in.
Of course. Tell the listeners who you are.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for those of you who are seeing this face for the very first time, I just want to say I am a son of the soil. What soil may I be talking about? Well, from you hear the voice, you know, say I want jam down.
Because I was going to ask you, is where you come from? A mall you grew up in a really fertile, which soil? Which son of which soil?
The soil of Jamaica.
So I have to say welcome to Grand Cayman and welcome to the Breakfast Hour. Welcome to our studio.
Yes, indeed.
But you have been here virtually. Mm-hmm. Yesterday we played a clip. We played a special little clip that you do. You seem like you're a positive man. You just have things.
Yes.
Plenty things to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah, man. But I want to say thank you for coming in this morning on the Breakfast Hour and keeping we all company.
Absolutely.
And we're planning to have a good time here.
Yes, we do.
I want to big up our friends and family, those who are on the soil. Big them up this morning. Say morning.
Yes. So let me say, if you were watching the program yesterday, you would have seen a clip from my daily motivational vlogs, content that I do. I go by the name of Rowan_positive on TikTok, Instagram, and also on Facebook. But my given name is Rohan McKellop, and I am from Jamaica, of course. So let me say one love and big up to all of the yardie them tune in. And before we go any further, I'm gonna ask you to share the link right now, because you don't want to just have the to have all this goodness by yourself, but I'm imploring you to share the goodness to somebody else so they can have a laugh and get some fabulous and positivity in their morning this morning. Yes.
Yeah, are you saying that we are comedians this morning?
No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that we a little laugh is good for the soul.
Laughter is good for the soul. So you know
Yes.
what? We're going to start it as we normally do with the
Yes.
man K. Anthony as he does this song for us. Of course, this one that says, I'm alive in spite of my struggle.
First thing in the morning, I give thanks for another day. I smile, though I don't have no money. I won't let that faze me, 'cause I'm so grateful for life and another chance. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life. Gonna share this smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah. Gonna live like there's no tomorrow. Hey, 'cause today is all I have. Work hard every day for me and my family. It's rough, but I gotta make it. Right now, can't hesitate. My time will come, and I'll be a better man. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life. Gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah. Gonna live like there's no tomorrow. 'Cause today is all I have. I'm gonna live today. Come on. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life. Gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah. Gonna live like there's no tomorrow. 'Cause today is all I have.
We are living like today is all we have. Guess what, guys? May 1st is celebrated as Workers' Day. So if you're not at work, find some work to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, the good thing to the one of the good things to start out our morning is to make your bed. You know, it's
No. The jury has to be out on that one. Okay, make your bed.
All right. So I had this military friend, and during their training, and even now, it's a part of their protocol. You know, well, you would know that acknowledging God first thing in the morning is important, but when you get up off that bed, it's very important to make your bed. What it actually does is to set your mind. Ellie's laughing. Well, what it actually does is it sets your day. It sets a tone for your day because that's a task that you would have already complete, and which your bed is known as a place of comfort. That's where you sleep. That's where you spend a lot of time. Well, for most person, I suppose, And so when you would have taken place of that comfort zone, it sets the tone to take care of other tasks. Well, yes, that's and it's a principle, Yeah. Yeah, spreading the bed. And not just spread the bed, guys, but spread it neat, Yeah. No wrinkles. Yeah, no wrinkles.
Now you take it to the other level. Now you ask us to spread it. That's bad enough, right?
Yes.
And now you ask us to spread it neat because you could also argue that, if you're not going to stay out of the bed for too long, say
Yes.
you're planning to go back in the bed, you're like, why do I need to make it?
I just believe that making the bed is just something to start off the day with. Well, for me personally, when I make the bed, when I get out of the bed and I make the bed and I just look back at it, I'm like, wow, that's look good. Sometimes I don't even want to sit on it.
You don't. That is a fact, and it's something we learn. Not you spoke about the military thing, but I remember as a pathfinder.
Yes.
And when we used to go to camp, you make your pet, they have to inspect it.
Exactly.
The shoes have to line up. Exactly. Everything have to set good. The pillow, where the case is turned, turned away from the door. I don't know if it's a new these things, I don't know if they still happen. I don't know. Well,
for me, it still does.
Get up and make up your bed, man.
Yeah, of course. I know someone is... well, listen. If you're in a bed right now, if you're lying down... Well, if you're lying down in your bed right now, I can understand because you might just be enjoying the program in bed. But as soon as you get up out of that bed, make sure that you spread it, okay? Yeah. But and there's a principle behind it too, Ellie, because guess what? I always hear my parents say that you must tidy up your surrounding, your personal space. Don't make anybody come in your yard and your bed not spread up. Yeah.
A true thing.
So I'm grown old school, so yeah.
Yeah, and trust me, even if your room or your place untidy, when you're going on your bed, makeup, it make a world of a difference.
Absolutely.
And it also signals the start of the day. It's almost as if you have finished with the bed thing.
Yes.
And it's time for action.
Absolutely.
It's time to move into some sort of activity for the day. So yes. My family. Yes. A real family. A family thing that go on right here. Good morning, Ali Maki. She said morning. Welcome to breakfast hour. We're gonna be having a wonderful, wonderful morning.
Yes.
This morning, and a family in the house. And we're going to lay down some tunes. And of course, our devotional. Let's see if this thing will work. You never know that we can play turntable.
Of course. We're full of talent.
Let's see.
Therefore, we will not fear. Though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be dragged into the midst of the sea, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. Selah.
Though I'm bruised in the battle.
Yes, that one from The Flame, the lady The Flame this morning, as we get ready for our devotion by the lady herself, Susan Long.
Good morning. This is day 30. The last will be first, and the first last. Matthew chapter 20, verse 16. Arriving Late, written by Dave Brannon. Eddie, an outspoken atheist, spent his entire life of 50 years denying the existence of God. Then, he contracted a debilitating disease and his health slowly deteriorated. As he lay in a hospice house awaiting death, Eddie was visited almost every day by some Christian friends he had known in high school. They told him again of Christ's love. But the closer Eddie came to dying, the more it appeared he was not interested in God. One Sunday, a pastor stopped by to visit. To everyone's surprise, Eddie prayed with him and asked Jesus for forgiveness and salvation. A few weeks later, he died. Eddie denied Christ for 50 years and spent just 2 weeks loving and trusting him. But because of his faith, he will experience forever God's presence, His glory, His love, His majesty, and perfection when Christ returns. Some may argue that this isn't fair, but according to Jesus' parable in Matthew 20, it's not about fairness, it's about God's goodness and grace. Have you waited such a long time to trust Jesus for salvation that you think it might be too late? Consider the thief on the cross who put his faith in Jesus just before he died. Trust Jesus now and receive his gift of eternal life. It is not too late. If God is calling you today, then trust in Christ without delay. Tomorrow it will be too late if death occurs and seals your fate. A quote this morning reads, "It is a dangerous presumption to say tomorrow when God says today." End quote.
Today is the day of reckoning. Yeah. You know, it's such a thing to find out that, you know, this is what we have.
Yes.
We have all kind of plans. Plan for this, you know, it's just this morning I've been hearing a lot of bad news recently. Yesterday a picture was shared with me of a colleague in the medical fraternity who died just after a brief illness, 1 month of illness. And this morning, somebody said a friend of ours, he died, and I'm like, are you sure?
Wow.
Was he ill? I don't, you know, and so we are reminded every day that we have today. What are we doing with it?
Absolutely, you're right. We have today, and it's very important for us to live in the moment. And when I say live in the moment, it's if we take a close look at what is happening around us every single day, we realize that, guess what? You know, half of the things that we really worry about, they never happen.
Half of the things
we worry about, they never happen. And it's important to live in the moment because we have so many blessings that we take for granted at times because we pursue other things.
Yeah.
You know, so you have something in your hand, and you don't take the time to really appreciate it as you should because you're thinking about the other objectives that you'd like to achieve. And so I don't believe that's a good way to live.
You know, but you know, that is what we have been fed. It's like you don't recognize, okay, this morning you might be having pain.
Yes.
But you're alive to have the pain.
Quite so.
So it might not be perfect.
Yes.
You know, so say, all right, you have problem with your head, you're having headache, or you have problem with your leg, you know, but maybe your hand all right.
Absolutely. And while you're having a little pain, there is someone who is dying from pain.
Yes.
And you are still alive. And the mere fact that you're feeling pain, it means that you're alive.
Yeah.
You know, life is not gonna be smooth, but you have to make the best of it each and every day.
Of course. We want to say good morning to our viewers tuned in from all over the world, all over the place. If you're in Jam, if you're in foreign, we in like a foreign, you know.
Of course. Of course we are. Of course we are.
Right here we are in Grand Cayman. I hear there was a holy parade yesterday in Jamaica. Anybody can really confirm it? How is it in your neck of the woods? Morning. Welcome to breakfast hour. We are having a good time.
Of course we are. Of course we are. You talk about rain. At my wife. Well, I was actually on the phone with my wife yesterday.
Young man like you talk about wife. I mean, this is my son here. Yes,
yes.
Big up wifey.
Oh, she's watching right now. Let me just say shout out to you, baby. I love you so much, and I know you're watching right now, and I know you're sending a link to your friends and other family members. I believe that mommy is also on the line. Shout out to you, mommy, over there in the US. Yes, she I was on the phone with her yesterday.
Yes.
And she was like, babe, watch it, could it want to rain fall? I was like, really? I was saying, rain over there? I said, no, the only time I actually witnessed rain was on the first day when I landed.
Oh, you bring rain? Come here.
Yes, everywhere I go.
Rain is blessing. Blessing.
I believe that's a blessing.
A blessing.
Let me even take it a little further. Just a blessing. Just a blessing. Listen, Ellie. Funny enough, when my wedding day,
it rained.
It rained. We got married in the rain, and so. I believe personally
that you're blessed.
Yeah, and that I'm blessed, and I am able to better appreciate rain.
Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I've been speaking to my mom, and she said the place dry.
Mm-hmm.
And they want some rain. Maybe I will send you down there.
Yeah,
She's telling me.
Oh my God.
She's telling me, listen. She said, listen. The tank low.
Oh my.
And she wants some rain.
Mercy.
So I have to send you down.
Well, I look like you have to send me because it seems like everyone may go blessings that follow me. Or the rain follow me. Which one?
Yeah. The rain is a blessing.
Yeah,
a
it's
good
a blessing.
And we're thankful for the blessing all the time.
True.
All the time.
True.
Let us hear a word from our sponsor. This hour of the breakfast hour is sponsored by Lasco.
Take it from me, Lasco food drink is the best nutrition for the whole family. It provides protein, which keeps us healthy, and calcium, great for building strong bones and teeth. Lasco food drink has vitamins A and C, which helps to prevent illnesses. I think that's what they call protecting the immune system. I'm never short on energy since it's fortified with iron. Nutrition never tasted so good.
Lasco food drink. Good, healthy, fun!
Lasco food drink.
Lasco food drink. Good energy, fun, and my family, in carrying Lasco, carrying done for me, in carrying shit pan. And let me release the secret right here on the breakfast, our breakfast time. Some people carry their breakfast this morning with them. Them shit pan, I don't know. Things are kept at a certain temperature, them ready. And there's an order in which him having things. Listeners, viewers, yeah man, I hope you would have been having your breakfast. I don't know what it is this morning, some ackee and saltfish. But some people have then tea first, them bush tea.
Yes.
A bush tea?
Yes.
Bush tea?
What would you consider ginger to be?
Bush tea.
It's a bush tea. Alright, so I like ginger tea. I like ginger tea.
It helps get rid of the gas.
Yes, get rid of the gas. Ginger is also good for the. It's good for inflammation.
It is.
It's also good for the bone. Yes. Yeah, it helps with.
Yes.
It helps with a lot of the flexibility in the bone and stuff like that. Synergies. And funny enough, I spent a couple of days around Pastor Mark recently, and he's always talking about garlic.
Yes.
You remember the time when was it what? Was it chikungunya, or I think probably it was COVID. I think it was COVID. For those of you who remember this video, it went viral. Right? It's a voice note that went viral. Every day, or most often, he's be like, cut up the garlics. The garlics good for anchovy by LGBT. It was a elderly lady who was telling persons to cut up the garlics with the ginger and the onion because the garlic is an antibiotic. But she couldn't say antibiotic, so she said it in her own words that the garlic is good for anchovy by joby chick, something of the sort. You know, but you know us country people, we like our bush tea. Yes. I don't know how you saw your day, or in terms of your meal. But what about you, Ellie?
There's a lot of benefit. I love ginger as well.
Yes.
And I tend to mix it with almost everything. So I can put a ginger and peppermint together.
Yes.
And it work well.
Yes.
And it has really medicinal benefit. If you have gas, ginger good for it.
Definitely.
Ginger good for it. But I remember the days when I used to have starper leaf.
Yes.
There's a book called Healing Wonders of Herbs.
Yes.
I don't know if that book is still around, right? But it would tell you the medicinal benefit of each of these natural, even guava leaf.
Yes, guava leaf is very good for gas as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very good for gastroenteritis. Very good.
Yeah.
And I think it also neutralizes the acidity in the stomach.
I tell you.
Yeah, it's very good.
So I typically have just lemon water.
Yeah.
I cut my lemons and I just leave it in some hot water, sometime overnight.
Okay.
So the whole lemon is cut up and just there ready for me. And that's what I would have first thing in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Not for the belly fat thing. I mean, yes. But that was not the motivation, okay? The motivation behind the lemon is it helps with the pH. So, therefore the lemon helps your stomach.
Yes.
And so many other areas. I'm not hearing myself well. Yes. So, and also comfree. Have you ever heard of comfree?
I heard of comfrey. I never used it before though.
Why?
My mother-in-law, Charmaine, she knows all of those stuff. I mean, she's a herbs lady. She likes to use natural stuff, so she knows all those stuff.
Yes, you have to teach the young people. And sage, moringa is the latest thing.
Yes.
I remember when persons started to hear about moringa for the first time.
Man.
And we were in Montego Bay at that time. The trees never have a chance.
You
People
were
are
there?
just chop down the limb, just a chop down.
Yes, I heard about it, and I also witnessed it. I heard that people were even inside a church, and they ran out the church. I don't know if it was a Sabbath or a Sunday though.
Yes.
Yeah, but they ran out church and started to cut down the limbs. But what happened though?
The point is we want to stay healthy.
Yes.
We want to stay healthy, and we recognize how important it is for us to take care of our bodies.
True.
And part of that is taking care of what we put in it. And, one of the drawbacks, as we said, when it relates to some of the herbs that we take, sometimes we don't know the amount,
true.
That is
Proportion.
the proportion of what we will take. Garlic is a good anti-inflammatory. It also helps with the blood pressure, but how much you must take, you don't know.
Exactly. That's true. That's true.
For those persons who have flu, we always mix up garlic and honey. Those things?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Garlic, honey, onion. Sometimes you can even use a little turmeric. Yeah. So of course, I listen, family. I'm young, but I'm old. So when I was much younger, person used to say, "Boy, say you're old before you're young." Yeah, I don't know how many of you have ever gotten that expression from somebody else before, but I have gotten that expression on several occasions. You're young before you're old. So,
You're young before you're old, don't?
Yeah. So,
oh boy, such a young man like you. You're young before you're old. Anyway, it's time for our time signal, and you can go ahead in the chat and tell us what time it is in your neck of the woods. But
Lasco One and Up now has ARA, DHA, and prebiotics. It's a new, smarter formula. The time by Lasco One and Up is
2 minutes after 7 o'clock.
right here in Grand Cayman. What time is it where you are? I see you getting big up from Atlanta. Yes, I have. Yes, big up yourself. Your friend from Atlanta said good morning, Rowan. Welcome to breakfast hour. We're bigging up the things here this morning, and we are just having a whale of a time. Now, somebody sent a message to ask about JT. Now, JT is a young man that we had raised some funds for. He was diagnosed with osteosarcoma. He has started his chemotherapy, had his amputation, and we are going to have a follow-up. But for those listeners who never knew about JT, I'm just going to share this clip of JT just after he completed his first surgery. If it would come to being. No, it's not. It's not.
It's not sure.
No. It's not. It's not there anymore. Sorry, we're gonna have to find that one again and share with you. Yeah. But anyway, yes. It's not here. All right.
One time, say. Elelele. Okay, so if I say, come on, can you feel it? Say. Can you feel it? Yeah, no. Can you feel it? Say. One time, can you feel it? Say. Okay, come on. 1, 2, look at that. 2, 3, 4, 5, go.
If you know you have a very big God this morning, get up and move those hands and feet. Yeah, man. Very, very, very. Very, 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 very. Okay. I just want to remind your listeners and viewers this morning, if you need to call us, you can find us 345-321-6969. No international charges apply. It's a WhatsApp number. Just send us a message, give us a call if you want to big up the man in studio live on the air, please. 345-321-6969.
Everybody go, you see my love. Okay, say, that's so wonderful. Hey, if you know my God, what do you say? He's a miracle worker. Okay, say, he gets everyone a regular. Everything that you ever do, he blesses all the formula. Oh, say, this my God, oh, this my God. He's so very big, oh, so very big. One more time, see him, oh, yeah, see my God. See my God. Tell me where you do wrong. That's so wonderful. If you know my God, if you know my God, he's a miracle. He's a miracle worker. He did come to one and regular. He did come to one and regular. Everything that ever done, he blesses all the formula. Oh, you know, now say, oh, you kiss my God, oh, kiss my God. He's a very big God, oh, he's a very big God. I am a very big God. I am a very big God. No, 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 no. A very big God, oh. Say, yeah, he don't ever. He's always on my side. A very big God. I am a very big God. A very big God. A very big God, oh. A very big God, oh. What you say? He don't ever. He don't ever. What you say? He's always on my side. I say,
Okay, we have a caller online. Good morning and welcome to Breakfast Hour.
Good morning, Lady Elise.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Georgia. uh, I just want to big up the man beside you, big up you yourself as well. I don't know if he told you his new name. I would allow him because he's a man. I allow him to tell you his new name. Then
I don't think he wants to share his new name.
I believe I believe that all good things ought not to share in this circumstance.
Elise,
Sorry.
I'm watching the breakfast hour this morning when I'm telling you, Ellie, man, that it's a joy, man, to see how you both are enjoying yourself as though you guys have been friends for a couple
We
of
are
years
family.
ago.
We are family. What are you talking about?
He's getting it wrong, you know.
Let me tell you something. Blood thicker than water.
Please tell him again.
That is true. That is true, man. Yeah, man, I tell you, Ellie, man, I'm enjoying the breakfast hour this morning, man, and that guy beside you, he's a very popular TikToker. Every now and again, when I get this opportunity, I will watch some of his brand messages because he called himself Rowan Positive. And it's good to see him here in Cayman Islands. And Flashpoint, I'm so happy and so proud of the work that Flashpoint has been doing in the community.
Thank you so much. Thank you, caller. It is indeed wonderful to have the man himself beside me. We shared a clip yesterday of one of his videos, and I have one in the pocket. Yeah, you're preempting me. That we're gonna share soon. Them short but then sweet. And you're gonna look out from one. I'm gonna be doing a duet with him. I'll be singing and he'll be rapping.
Yes. Yeah.
Mercy, what you saying to me? Well, I'm not going to stay long on the phone, but you said that them short and sweet. I'm wondering if, that is a description of who he is and I know he's very short.
He's not very short. You need to change your glasses. He's a giant. He is a giant, and sometimes you have to look through different lenses to see the magnitude of the giganticity.
Mercy, I guess his wife Caroline will be able to express that. But as he said, all not all good things is good to make mention of.
Yes. So thank you so much for calling in and for making it the breakfast hour.
All right, man. Thank you too.
Okay, today is celebrated as Workers' Day. Do you know, we always start the day and say, you know, what is celebrated today?
Yes.
And today is May Day, right? It's the start of a brand new month.
Yes.
Don't feel no way if you don't have a job going to. There's always work to do. So I have this clip that I'm going to share with you about the history of Workers' Day.
For millions of workers around the world, the 1st of May is their day. In the late 19th century, American labor unions were fed up. Fed up with being overworked, in dangerous conditions, and with little pay. So in 1884, the Federation of Organized Trades and Labor Unions met in Chicago and had one major demand: an 8-hour workday. And on May 1st, 1886, over 300,000 American workers went on strike. 3 days later, thousands of strikers met in Haymarket Square, where a riot broke out between cops and workers. A bomb was thrown into the crowd, killing several people. It was called the Haymarket Massacre. And today, May 1st is known as International Workers' Day. While every country's workers have a different history behind May Day, they all commemorate those who have and continue to give their lives for workers' justice.
Yeah. May Day is Workers' Day. And I have a question. Has much changed? That was from the 18th century. And persons were fighting for working conditions. And I seem to think that that still happens in the world. People are still talking about minimum wage. Some persons are only able to work.
Yes.
They cannot live outside work because the amount of money that they earn only allows them to go to work.
True.
You know, so still years down the line, it is a significant day because then, you know, individuals still have things that they have to be championing and seeking to get. I don't know. Do you want to spend all of your life just work?
No, not at all. Matter of fact, no one really likes to work. You know, and some people may agree and some may disagree, but if you really think about it, why do you work? We work because we have responsibilities to take care of. You know, matter of fact, there was this particular day when I picked up a guy. I was driving, I picked him up, and him and I were having a conversation, and he said, "Man, I just missed the days when I was going to school. I just missed the days when I used to live in my parents' house because, boy, now me I work and I have to be paying my bills. I'm going to school. I have to find money to go back to work. I have to buy food. I have to do so many things. And when I was living in my parents' home and going to school, I have nothing to worry about. All I know is just get up, eat, get ready to go to school. The bills are taken care of, everything. And now all the responsibilities on me. I think the best days of my life are gone." You know, and I laughed, but I said to him that, boy, adulthood really just lick you, not true?
No, but it's true because, you know, when you're going to school, when you're just living without responsibility, say it like that, you know, your bills are paid, you have no other responsibility but to do your schoolwork.
Absolutely.
You can't wait for reach adulthood.
Exactly. That's the exact thing that he said. He said that he couldn't wait to grow up and start doing everything all by himself. You know, and I'm just, you know, you see, we there are some things that we definitely can't escape from. But in life, I would say in life overall, we it's not good for us to rush anything or rush into anything. Just take your time. One day at a time is enough, I believe. What do you think, Ellie?
That's true. I look back and I said, when were the best years of your life?
Yeah.
When is it that you found yourself with your ability to, we saw that ad with Elasco, the little girl that she was doing cartwheels.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get older, you find that you can't do those cartwheels anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But when you were doing them, you couldn't wait to the next stage of your life because you're just anticipating, and then so it's important to live in the moment and enjoy and live life fully, because the next moment things could change.
So true. So
It's Workers' Day today. And I believe you should be happy with what you're doing. They bargained for 8-hour work day. 8 hours is a long time to be spending working,
yes,
right?
It is, yes.
8 hours per day. That's
Yes.
what they fought for, because they used to have much longer hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that when you spend that time at work, you ought to enjoy it.
Yes. Could be longer.
It could be longer.
You do have some people who spend longer time at work.
Yeah. You have a 12-hour work week. Work day, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about work week. But whatever you find that's your vocation in life, I believe it is important for you to enjoy it.
Yes.
And if you're not enjoying it, you need to start to think about things that you could do to make life interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And while you work, you have to mix work with some pleasure, right? Clean pleasure, I am suggesting also, because oftentimes when we're working, because the work becomes so overwhelmed at times, we become toxic. And the environment is not necessarily toxic, but we become toxic because of how overwhelmed we are by work. So it's good to take a time to offload, do something fun, play your favorite game, watch a movie, whatever it is that you do to relax. That is very important, right? So don't be a workaholic, but also be a holic of fun, right? A funaholic.
A funaholic. And
Right.
Also, I mean, for those persons who are anticipating retirement, or they are retired, that's the other thing to consider.
Yes.
Because after you have given this 8 hours per day for 30 years, 40 years, there comes a point where that changes.
Yes.
And you find out what are the things people question. What am I going to do? What am I going to do when I don't have this to do?
Yeah.
So your life needs to be a rounded one that has more involved. As you said, find other things to do. It could be gardening. You could plant some dasheen and cocoa and yam and things like that. And
because life is all about balance, Ellie. Life is all about
I had
balance.
a friend said that there's nothing called balance.
There's nothing called balance.
Balance.
What do you think?
I'm thinking about it.
You're
it's
thinking
like
about it.
either yes or no. There's no
All right, but okay, but if it's yes or no, you won't always have yes.
You will have.
You won't have. You
no,
always
no,
have
no.
no.
Yeah, some yes
And some no. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just that you won't make the two decisions at once.
Yes.
But at
yes,
some point,
yes.
you're gonna be adding something to the one side of the scale.
Yeah.
And at some point, you're gonna be adding something to the other side of the scale.
Yeah.
And it may not necessarily be balanced, but you still can't have too much weight on one side.
Yes.
And I guess we would have highlighted that earlier. Can't
Yeah,
have
man.
too much of work, can't have too much of fun. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yes.
And guys, you can join the conversation. 345 321 6969. You can send us a message, and you can also give us a call. We're having a wonderful time, and while we are having a wonderful time, we're reminding you to also be prepared for any eventuality.
You ever hear earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake. Bad news. Take care of yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on.
The DCH, drop, cover, drop and cover and hold on. Drop, cover and hold on. You know, I kind of like this song. I want to drop this one again for you.
Where shall I go from thy spirit?
Yeah.
Or where should I flee from thy presence? If I ascend into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the utmost parts of the sea, even there thy hand shall lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me. Prophet.
Anywhere I go, you are right beside me. Anywhere I go, you are there to hold me. Anywhere I go, you are right beside me. Anywhere I go, you are there to hold me. If I make my bed in hell, you are right beside me. When I lay my head down, God, you lay right beside me.
That one done by Avion and J Prophet right here in Grand K.
When I run and hide away, you always come and find me. Anywhere I go, you are right beside me. Anywhere I go, you are there to hold me. Anywhere I go, you are right beside me. Anywhere I go, you are there to hold me.
Anywhere I go, I can feel you close. And this I know, my God never lose. And even if I choose to refuse, it will still conclude. God, you are there. Even if I make my bed in hell, God, you are there. Even if I climb the highest hills, God, you are there. It's funny how you never leave, even when I didn't believe that you stick by me. The scriptures in Psalms run deep. You are light to my path and a lamp unto my feet.
Powerful reminder this morning, wherever life takes you, remember that God is with you. J Prophet on this one, featuring the lady Avian, a beautiful rendition. We're certainly enjoying that one. Anywhere. Yeah. Yeah, man. Anywhere I go. What a powerful promise it is. Anywhere you are, if you're in Jamaica, if you're in Cayman, if you're in the US, in Canada. We have some viewers in Canada. We have some in UK. Wherever you are, remember, anywhere you are. I want to say condolences to those persons who are grieving at this time. I mentioned 2 persons that I know, and I will be reaching out to family members today. Still trying to wrap my head around this last one that I heard, because I just like, wow, the fragility of life comes so close, you know, it hits close to home, and we never know. So I think we learn the lesson every day about living purposefully
Mm-hmm.
and also reaching out to people and not just living for yourself,
True.
because you never know.
You just never know. Life is. I don't want to say life is short, but
It is.
I believe it is. I believe it is because I realize that you can be here this minute and the next minute you're gone.
Yes.
And hence the reason why
Yeah.
it is very important that we always do the things that means the most to us and the things that are better and best for other people just the same, which eventually we would be doing what pleases God.
Yes.
Right? So while we are living our lives, and helping others, we would eventually live for Christ once we are doing the right thing and doing that which God wants us to do. So it is important to bear that in mind. If you have a friend that you haven't talked to in a while, you need to call that friend. If he's a family member that you haven't linked up with, whatever it is, you need to say hello. Something, because connections is very important, and
Yes.
you just never know. You just never know.
You never know.
You never know.
All right, let's hear what the man Positive Ron has to say about that one. Yes. What does he have to say?
Right will never lose, and wrong will never win. The devil will try hard, and he might be trying hard right now to get you down. But you serve a God who never fails. And to lock this in, type it below and let the devil know that I have a God who never fails.
Tell me, when did you start this sort of how you just start this motivation thing?
It was as it relates to recording these things, probably about 2 years ago. Yeah, I would say 2 years
That's
ago.
COVID time.
During COVID time. But for me personally, I've always been a positive person.
It's in your DNA.
Yes, it's in my DNA. There are certain things that are in your DNA, but if you don't cultivate it, then you really won't make use of it.
Right.
So I'm always a friend to see a better way out, to speak, light into a situation that breeds darkness. And I just believe I have a brother who is who I'm very close to. Well, I have two brothers. I'm closer to one. Steve L. If you're watching, big up yourself. He's always encouraging me. He's like a mentor to me, and so he's always saying that, Rowan, you have good influence, you have strong influence. Don't let other people influence you, because I believe that you're a leader.
Yes.
And so he always encourages me to just believe in yourself, believe in what you do. You are good with words. You always try to talk to people, you reason with people, you have a good reasonability. And so just fast forwarding years down the line, I realize that social media is used for several things. It can break you and it can make you. And words are very important as it relates to that. I thought that I could encourage people and encourage myself, because when I minister to others, I am ministering to myself also.
Encourage yourself just the same.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
And so I said, no, let's take it to another level. Share the word with some friends. Share the word with those who are feeling discouraged in some situations and stuff like that. And it just went from one video to the next, from one thought to the next. Sometimes I literally just start having conversation with people, and I just start to say things like, no, and it's just normal for me, and they'll be like how did you why, and so it was like that from one thing to the next. So yes, and I believe that in life there's always negative and positive. but it all depends on what you focus on. Now, someone said to me once, then you always talk about positive things, so you don't think about anything negative. Well, the truth is, you have to see negative to identify positive.
Yes.
That's the truth. So I can always think about something negative to say, but I don't do that.
Yeah.
And so I cope with life better because the negative really doesn't do anything.
It's which month you're born? It must be the month you're born.
September.
Oh yeah, September people, so then stay.
For real? For real? Why you say that?
Because September people are like that.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow, I just learned something about myself. Wow.
You know, it's a testament though that anybody in your neck of the woods.
Yes.
It's when something calls or there's a call on your life, and you just you have your phone.
Yes.
And you have TikTok.
Yes.
Say something positive.
Yes.
Say something positive, because there are so many negative things that are happening around. Why not?
True.
Why not just do it? So just do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just do it. You could start a YouTube channel. You can come on right here at Flashpoint. Give us a call if you have a motivational thing and you want to produce it, and you want to say, I have this thing that I want to say to the world. I want to say this. It just starts with the idea in your head. You planted that seed and you allow it to. And for a young man, I will say, I am proud of you. Congratulations. I love it. We love it. We love it. We love it.
Thank you, family.
And I enjoy sharing them also on this platform. So you can head on over to his page.
Yes.
You find him Ron Positive.
Yes, that's Ron_positive on TikTok. And also on Instagram or Facebook.
I think we have a caller this morning again. I say good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Hour.
I want to say a pleasant good morning to the Breakfast Hour team this morning. I'm enjoying the program, man. What a discussion, what a topic, what an enjoyment. It's lovely. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. It's just warming my heart this morning. Positive discussion and being positive, the balance in life. Which side of the scale are you going to be on? Make it balance. Whoa, am I going to tip it over by sitting on it too long?
I will ask you this question. We were talking today is celebrated as Workers' Day. And
man, I think I'm made for work.
No, but we recognize the day is a very significant one, because on May 1 there was a demonstration which saw persons who lost their life. They were fighting for rights of workers, fighting for an 8-hour work week. They don't want to work forever. And still we find in 2024 that there are people who can only work. They can't afford to do anything else but work, because what they're earning, you're talking about minimum wage and those things.
I looked at education system, and I can tell you one thing. It has started right there. Look at what they have been happening to our children these days. And I can take you, once you start that conversation, I can take you from a root cause of where they started the process of culturing your mind to become a workaholic and somebody who can't stop working. Our children, when they go to school, amount of homework they get, it's better they never go to school in the day. You could just give them a come home and that's it. They work all day at school and they come home, they work all day. They don't have any time to spend with the family members. They don't have any time to do anything. There's no chores in the yard. Anything to encourage them or to build their character where they are. It's just about school work. So they have been ingrained in them already the ideology that they must work constantly, all the time, and non-stop. And so when you see this thing, I said to myself, I'm trying to take a few days, and I'm thinking, I'm designed for work, as I feel so restless not doing it. I'm starting to wonder. I'm starting to wonder about that. Start to wonder about it myself, ought not to be so, but the system is designed for us to work. And by just looking at how our children have been trained right now and being taught, not the education, not the matter of mathematics and the algebras and the geometries and the English language and the whatever social studies. It's just the routines that they have to go through constantly that brings one into the next. That is a perpetual cycle of not stopping. And it takes away that time
you raise a valid
for family.
point. You really raise a valid point. If you don't have work, what do you do? I mean,
What
you
do you
say you
do?
find yourself restless.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
We're not hearing you so good. Go ahead now.
Sometimes we are so wired to go to work and do some things. If we actually take a vacation and stay home, we'll find ourselves maybe ending up back at work. And so that is the reason why it is advised that when you're taking a vacation, take your vacation away from home, because you are definitely going to find something to do. It's kind of bad. It's kind of bad, but I believe we should reset that about our lives. Yeah, we should reset that part of our life, because we certainly can't just spend all the days of our lives working, even though
Yes.
it is important to
Right.
work.
Well,
Yeah.
that's something that's easy, better said than done, especially in
true.
the Grand Cayman.
That's
Here's
true.
the thing now. In the Cayman Islands, you have a thing they call him work permit. You know.
That's true.
And so, listen, it grained in the minds of those who are living in the Cayman Islands with a work permit. What happened to them? They say, somebody says, "Hey, when last you go to the beach?" Him say, "You think? You think I come on vacation permit? A work permit me have?" so I think that is in the back of the mind of the individual, that if they're not working, they are completely worthless, or they are not fulfilling their obligations.
Yes.
And so I have tried to remind people that while you're doing all this work, try and stop yourself. Because what I just discovered, and even to myself, that if I continue the way I am going all the time, I'm going to work myself to death. And the few minutes off really do let me feel revived and as if I am ready for a next marathon. But I can't keep running the marathon. And so we find ourselves bent into the idea that we can't stop. More than that is that we need to survive. And if we stop one day, the rent can't pay,
Aye.
the food can't buy,
Yeah.
the children can't go to
Yeah.
school, and it's a constant cycle of trying to find that money, that extra dollar to make life better, to put on that addition on the house, and then a few days from now, the persons who you're billing it for, all of them are somewhere else.
Or
Very sad thing to see.
or even you yourself, who is working relentlessly to complete those objectives, may not
Benefit.
live or benefit from it.
I
Never.
listen, you
for
you
real.
are touching on very sore points,
Yeah.
because too often I remember someone said, and you brought this point up. A lot of those persons here in Cayman Islands are on work permits, and if you don't try to live while you're working,
Yeah.
some persons you're working to build this big beautiful home back in the country, wherever you're from. We have workers from Philippines, from Jamaica, all over the Barbados, Trinidad, and they're working to provide some sort of home. And unfortunately, some of us don't make it back.
Yeah, that's true. I remember this guy who used to live while he was alive. Ellie, he built. He's a tradesman. He's a
Right.
mason and he's a builder. And he built this. I think it was a 4 or 3 bedroom house. Nice house, I'm telling you. Nice, very nice house. He built it himself along with his friends and some other workmen.
Right.
And it was so unfortunate that I don't think he slept a week in that house. He didn't. It was so unfortunate though.
Unfortunately.
It was so unfortunate that he was going to a funeral and while on his way to meet the hearse, because you know they do that motorcade type of thing. He was riding a bike, and while on his way to meet the hearse, he was riding, and he never made it back. He never made it back. It's sad, but yeah, you mean you work so hard, so many years, you know, and it is important. I don't want you to miss that point, because we all have things to achieve.
Yes.
You know, but
Yes.
while we are doing all that, it is important that we take care of our health.
Yes.
And, you know, take care of our families and our well-being. That's very important.
Yes.
It's very important.
Self-care. Take
Self-care.
of yourself.
Yes.
Take care of your family. Spend time with your loved ones.
Yes.
It's not all about achieving the things that we need to achieve for work,
But
right?
here's
Yes.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, Lady Elise. And of course, Mr. Rowan. Good morning to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
You forget your manners.
I want to say, I apologize for.
That's okay.
So, I want to say, you know, you guys are doing an awesome job. I did say that earlier, but
Yes.
I'm enjoying every minute of it. You know, when we look at how we have worked ourselves so hard and sometimes forget to live while working. You know, so many people for so long has come, especially like we have to bring it home sometimes. It's right at home, and there are lots of persons who don't even understand the principle of living while you are living.
True.
You understand? Living while you're living. Sound like a paradox, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's
true.
like we are here working hard, but you're racking up everything to go to live at another time.
True.
Not realizing that life is passing you by.
Right
And
here,
this is the
yes.
only life
it
that
called
you'll
again?
ever have.
Mikey G.
This is the only enjoyment of your life that you'll ever have. And you are making a sacrifice to live it another time, which you probably will never get to do.
You know, Carla, you are you hit the nail on the head. Sometimes we are so caught up in trying to make a living that we forget to make a life. and I want to repeat that. Somebody may not hear, so let me repeat that, or you can go and watch it. But sometimes we get so caught up making a living that we forget to make a life. And I can use someone who is very close to me as an example. If my dad is watching now, he might be laughing. Ellie, my dad, when I was much younger, he always makes us promise, like, you know, he's gonna take us to the beach, or he's gonna take us go to Ochi. Ochi Rice is his favorite place, because, you know, had a lot of cruise ships in Ochi, and he'd be like, don't worry, I'm gonna take you to Ochi Rice, man, so you can see the ships and stuff like that. But he's always working. And we always anticipate that. And also, he's a disciplined dad. So whenever there are trips and stuff like that for us to go on, there is work. He's a farmer, so we would go on the farm with him. And so sometimes we would have to stay and do things on the farm, or do things at home. And he would say that, don't worry yourself, the time will come for you to have some fun. But up until this
Not today.
up until this very day, Dad, if you're listening, up until this very day, he is still working, and somehow he has become more sensitive to the fact that he can't always work, and I have seen him go out a few times now. But let me tell you something, man. It is important. It is important that we make a life while we are trying to live, and don't put off the things that we can do today for tomorrow.
You know, listen, I would say this quickly. I've seen so many persons who come to the Cayman Islands, I'll say that, and I can speak to it because, you know, for the length of time.
Yes.
And they have not made it back home, even after coming the best effort, with the best intention. They don't make it back home yet. They don't make it back home. The other thing, they says, do not come and live and don't live and make it and go back home in the bottom of the plane.
Yes,
I never had a bit of enjoyment, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how a lot of things happen. A lot of persons come, they have worked, and they have not enjoyed one day of their life. And the next thing you know, they are going back in the bottom of the plane to be buried back in their home country. And that's all they get out of what they work. A nice burial spot, you know? And so it is for me to say to someone while listening, and you touch on the point, there must be a balance. You know, there must be that balance that tips that scale sometimes that says no more work today, no matter how much it needs to be done. This is what needs to happen. And so tomorrow we'll pick it up again, that machete, that hoe, that pickaxe, and we go at it again. But today, we have to take some time at the beach, get some sunshine, and relax for a few moments that we can go and do it again tomorrow.
Aye, so that is, it's so profound.
Yes.
Yeah, hey guys, wonder why we're talking about work today. May 1 is celebrated as May Day, otherwise known as Workers' Day. And people recall what happened in the 18th century where persons were fighting for rights of workers. Now, guys, we are still working in 2024, but we want you to know that there is a holistic life that is important, that you take care of yourself, you maintain your relationship with God, maintain your relationship with your family members, and there are some things, I know, Mikey G, there are some things money can't buy.
Yeah. Yes, true.
So you work in
Many persons have lost their dream.
yes, yes,
Huh.
yes,
Lost their dream. They can't stop working long enough to realize the dream that God placed in their lives, because they don't have the time to look at it. Because if they take the time to look at it, they see themselves starving or losing their opportunities or just not succeeding. And so those dreams die on the vine that were supposed to come alive and never become reality, because we have found ourselves on the hamster's wheel, running, never finding an end to that running.
True. And I'd add to that by saying that my granny used to say, boy, if you think you can done work, try.
Wake up tomorrow morning, you'll find it there, right?
Yeah, she'd be like, you come here, go see work, and you're going to deadlift it. So you can't done work. The only thing that you can done is the only thing you can try to complete is a task.
yes.
And each day we do a task. We try to complete our task, but you can't done work.
Can't done work.
We can't done work.
Can't done work. What a thing. What important life lessons. I want to play this song for you. This one done by the lady herself, Eleni, and she's going to be our guest on Sensational Sunday soon, so you got to listen out for this one. Yeah.
My eyes are on the promise.
keep your eyes on the promised land. Let's get out of Egypt. Yeah. Yeah, such an appropriate one there. Eyes on the promised land. I'm coming out of the bondage. When I talk about the bondage, it's in your mind. These things that hold you to that bondage. You feel like you can't live your life. You can't take care of yourself. You can't spend time with God. You have all this time, but you have to work. You don't recognize it's important that you take care of
yourself. Don't get trapped in the captivity of negativity.
Don't get trapped.
Yes, in the captivity.
In the captivity. And you know, a true him never bring we go a Ochi.
Can I tell you? Yeah. Seriously, I'm telling you.
I hope there's still time.
Well, a matter of fact, you know, we actually.
You're going Ochi?
Yeah. I went there recently because for those of you who are in Jamaica and for those of you who are in the Cayman Islands, if you're in the States, wherever you're watching from right now, if you ever decide to take a vacation, the last spot that I visited while I was in Jamaica was the Mystic Mountain. Yes, the Mystic Mountain is located in St. Anne's, Ocho-Rios, and so it has several things. Several adventurous activities there, I would say.
Yes.
And so yes, that's one of the places that I'm deciding I'm gonna take my dad. If he's not gonna take me because you know, and you know, Ellie, I'm gonna tell you something. You see how important it is to cultivate the type of life that you want.
Yes.
Apart from just trying to work to achieve what you want. And I'm gonna tell you why I say this. Will you allow me?
Yes, please.
My wife and I, we now operate a travel agency, right? Known as Carol's Travel Agency. Now listen, I don't know if it's because my dad is always making me promises that he's gonna take me out, and I never got the chance to really go out as I would want to as a child. Now as an adult, we have a business that requires us to be out. So I am always traveling. My wife and I, we're always traveling. We're always doing fun things. And trust me, it's just like wow. You know, I'm just actually thinking about it a while ago, like just wow, you know. So yeah, it's important. It's really important as we are celebrating today as May Day. You know, work is an essence in life, and unless we work, unless we have a business, you know, we are not able to pay some bills, you know, pay that tuition fee, send the kids to school, buy some food, putting on the table, and take care of all the things that we would really like to, all the things that we are obligated to,
yes.
You know. But it is important, very, very importante, muy importante, muy importante that you and I take the time off to release some steam. Yes, yeah, man, release some steam. You know, so we have a lot of things that we would want to do, and those things can't just remain in our mind. Don't let the things that you really want to do be trapped in your head. You know, but write it down on a piece of paper, tell it to your spouse, tell it to a friend, whatever it is that you need to do, you know, because words are powerful. You know, speak it out loud. Say it to yourself, because, you know, you never know.
I'm saying it out loud.
Yeah.
I'm gonna live life fully.
Yes.
And it's gonna be more than work. I'm gonna just embrace it and give it all that I've got.
Yes.
And I know that the Lord will provide, and He will provide more than I could ever ask, think, or imagine.
Yes.
So that I don't find myself constantly in the rat race of life.
Yes.
But he would have sort of enlarged my territory.
Yes.
And provide for me the love and the care that I need. And the health and the strength. I'm speaking it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I want to see the world. There are some places that I have not been that I want to see.
There you go. There you go. There is one of my favorite motivational speakers is Denzel Washington, and he said, "Live full and die empty." All right. I have a question for you. I have a question for you, Ellie. I have a question for you right now. I'm throwing it out. Are you living full right now? Are you living full? And if you want me to scare you, sorry, which I don't mean to. I don't mean to, but we have to face reality. If God says to you, or if you are in a situation where you think that you may not live for tomorrow, would you be pleased with all the things that you would have done and the life that you would have lived? Would you be really happy saying, okay, all right, I don't have any problem dying, because guess what? I've lived a full life. And when I say full, I don't mean a careless life.
Yes. Yeah.
But we are all here to maximize our potential.
Yeah.
And potential is not the things that you have already done.
The thing is, you said that, and a lot of us, we are waiting for that moment.
Yes.
We are waiting. It's like even with work, we are waiting on till retirement. Then we can go to travel to these. We are waiting. We are just waiting for that moment. And guess what? We are not sure of tomorrow. So, instead of just planning and budgeting and saying, when I finish work, you got to try and do it while you are in motion.
Yeah.
So that time, take some time, man. When you that time, you need to go spend with granny or uncle.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And if you want to know other places, you want to go to Cape Cod, or you want to go to Australia or Canada or UK or Scotland or Spain or Portugal or Cayman or over Antigua or
wherever, Barbados, Trinidad.
Yeah, you have to go call up this travel agent right here.
Yeah,
and sometimes you can save.
Yes.
And I've had the experience. I've gone to Hawaii, and it was one of those trips that I just never. It's my husband and I who went. At the first trip, I'm like, I can't go. I have work. I have so many things to do. I have work. And it was the best decision. I went kicking and screaming, right? Because I thought that I had so many responsibilities.
Yes.
And the timing was just wrong.
Right.
But guess what?
Yes.
I enjoyed that.
Wow. Just by making that decision.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Everything wasn't perfect. It wasn't like, okay, I have all this money to spend. I have all of this. No, but we made it work.
Let me tell you something. If you're waiting for this moment, this peak, if you're waiting for this peak to do everything, I can guarantee you, I will not stand to be corrected. If you are waiting for this moment to do everything all at once, it will not work. Never. It will never work. You know why?
Why?
Even when troubles come in life, you don't face all the troubles at once. They take their time, and when good things are happening to you, they don't happen all at once. If it's even 5 good things is not all the things that will happen to you. There are 5 other more, and 5 other more, and 10 or 20 more. What am I saying here? I'm saying that things takes a channel in life, one thing after the next. If you're gonna try to put everything in just one box and you're gonna just dive in, you're gonna be so overwhelmed that you don't even enjoy what you're doing. So as we travel along in life, as we go about our business on a daily basis, it is important that we put these things in perspective, and just one step at a time into the things that we would really like to see happen in our life, and so that is the reason why it's important to bear in mind that we should live one day at a time. You can't want to do all the things one time, but you can do some of the things some of the time. Yes. So that's what I believe. And while you are there, while you are listening, I hope that you are taking notes. I hope that you are encouraged. I hope that you realize the things that you needed to think about, and that life is really not just for working.
All work and no play.
Make Johnny what?
Makes Jack
a dull boy.
A boy. And Jill.
Yes, Jill a dull girl. That's right.
Dull and duller. And duller.
Yeah.
I want to say thanks to all those who are tuned in live on the breakfast hour. We're having a wonderful, wonderful time. We play some music. We keep it real. We're talking some things, and we're having fun. I am Elise, and joined by the man himself, Rohan. We are saying enjoy today. It's the beginning of a new month. It is May Day. It is Workers' Day. We are saying live life fully. Live it like it is the last one. It's not like you have 9 life. Like
you know, I have a cat at my house.
Oh, have 9 life?
But I don't know yet. I have a cat by the name of Lusty. She is a female. My wife probably laughing right now. Yeah. Lusty. I don't know if Lusty has. I don't know if she has 9 life. But right now, what I know is that Lusty, she's living the one life that she has right now. Yeah. So we don't have 9 life. We don't really don't. So
put on the spare life. You have a spare life.
So the one that we have,
live it, man.
Yes, we should make the most of it. Yeah.
And I think this song is just so appropriate for this time.
Yes.
I have to drop this one.
Definitely.
I have to drop this one. Yeah. And I hope you enjoy it as I am.
When the road is long and heavy, when it's dark and I can't see clearly, I will lift mine eyes to the hills from whence my help cometh. My help it comes from you.
We can't sit down for this one at all.
Where I never been before, place I never seen before.
Just know that whatever you're going through right now, God will carry you.
Father, carry me. When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me. Father, carry me. When the road is long and heavy, when it's dark and I
Ladies and gentlemen, you are not in this alone. Whatever you're feeling right now, I hope that you can feel again. I hope that you can see again. I hope that you know that whatever it is that you are going through this morning and wherever you are not alone.
Forever and ever, I'm chasing no other.
Carry us. This life full of hill and some valley, you know.
Can I tell you?
Yeah, we can't do it alone. And that's what we are here this morning.
Yes.
We are here to encourage someone. I want to thank you, all those who are joining us. I want to big up Dennis all the way over there in England. Welcome to breakfast time. I know it's lunchtime.
Oh, yes, in England, they are already, 6 hours ahead, right?
Yeah. What I want to say, thank you for joining us this morning. So, I have been having such a catawampus time.
Absolutely.
But, I want you to drink your tea, go have a chance to sip your tea in care tea, in care fruits. What else in the shed pan?
There is apple in, I have in my shed pan. So I was telling Ellie earlier that this is my
order.
There's a routine.
Yes.
Sorry. So there's a routine, and the routine is I have some tea, and
ginger tea.
Yes. And so after I have the ginger tea, I would have some fruits, and then after the fruits.
Wait, this digital?
Yeah, it's digital, right? So it's digital. So when you press it, it shows you the temperature. Yeah, so
really now?
Yeah. So it's
really now?
Yeah, it shows you and
Bush tea must go in a technical thing. Bush tea must carry in a thermos.
Well, the technology is increased,
Digital, tell it all the temperature. Lord have mercy.
Yes, and after my fruits, I would have a smoothie, and after the smoothie, then breakfast. Yeah, that's how I do it. Yeah,
wow.
That's how I do it.
Yeah, it looked like him having luck. But while he's sipping liquor tea, you're going to hear what the man himself, L. David Harris, had to say for the lesson review this morning.
Today's needs. Why then do some of us expect yesterday's portion of heavenly manna, the Word of God, to keep us through today's challenges? On this program, we are going to change all of that. Let's experience God's words today and receive the power we need to live healthy, vibrant lives. Welcome to Your Daily Portion with your host, author, speaker, L. David Harris.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, May 1, 2024. Hello, my name is L. David Harris. I am your host, and this is Your Daily Portion, where we give you God's Word every single day, and today is no exception. We are continuing in our lesson study series, The Great Controversy. Our caption for today is Christ Alone, Grace Alone. Christ alone, grace alone. We'll get into that in just a moment, but first I'd like to say welcome to everyone joining us, especially those joining for the very first time. I'm asking you to please go over to yourdailyportion.com. Please join our online community. Pick up the Your Daily Portion book at yourdailyportion.com. This is a way that we continue to build faith and fellowship. Welcome. Let me just say welcome one more time. And thank you for everybody who continues to support this ministry with your sharing of this link or whatever it is, how you actually reach out to people, letting them know that we are here. Let's go ahead and pray, and then we will get underway. Father in heaven, thank you for giving us this new morning, for the opportunity that you have entrusted to us to open your word again, and not just open it, but live by the truths that are found in your word. Please fill us with your Holy Spirit. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen and amen again. Christ alone, grace alone. Now, we have used the terminology reformation multiple times in the last about week and a half. This is obviously, I should not say obviously, because some may not be familiar, but we're talking about the Protestant Reformation that was over 500 years ago. Martin Luther being one of the reformers, and how the people of God decided that they would not allow any community, they would not allow the predominant culture of the church that they were attached to determine how they would live if it did not align with the scriptures. And one of the things that they struggled over was whether Jesus Christ was enough. Whether Jesus Christ was enough. Like, is he the only mediator between God and humanity? Is he the one who gives salvation? Or is it that somehow the church is doling out salvation somehow? And then by grace alone means that there is power that comes from God that says, even though you're not worthy, even though you are deserving of death, I am going to give you the strength to overcome your sins and then make you holy. Not because of something that you can do, not of works, but based on God's power in our lives, right? So without going too far into that, I would like to read from the lesson study and then go into the Bible. The lesson writer said, Martin Luther and the Protestant reformers discovered Christ and Christ alone as their source of salvation. It was then that Luther began to preach the message of Christ's saving grace. Crowds flocked to hear his heartfelt, life-changing messages. Let me pause right here. No pilgrimages, right? Nobody beating themselves or flagellating. Look that up. There is nothing that we can do to save ourselves. We cooperate with God. We yield our will to God, but there's no action in terms of our own works that somehow gives us merit, where God now owes us salvation. Okay, and let me continue. The people were shackled by the traditions of the medieval church and kept in bondage with centuries-old rituals that provided no spiritual life. Let that settle in. And so this is what Martin Luther taught. And let's go into the scriptures first and see if we have time for another quote. Now, the Bible reads in the book of Ephesians chapter 2, verses 8 through 10, for by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of God, not of works, lest anyone should boast. You see, when I go to work, if I have a job, if I go to work and then I complete my tasks according to my contract or whatever's in the employee handbook, then according to the prescription there, then I am to get paid. So that means that my employer owes me whatever the agreed upon amount is because I have done my work. Well, this is not how salvation works. You see, humans are broken. We're sinful. We have need of salvation. And so even when we do good things, we fall woefully short. And so what does God do? He gives us the gift of salvation, the power to do God's will. And then he says, I am going to require this at your hand. I'm going to write my laws in your heart and on your mind, so that now when I come to you and I say, this is the requirement, this is how you should live, now I can come to you, God speaking, and expect that you will do it. Why? Because I've already empowered you. I've already given you the faith that is necessary. I've given you the ability to do my will. And now it is reasonable, more than reasonable, for me to expect that you are doing what I have called you to do. Verse 10, for we are his creative work, having been created in Christ Jesus for good works. See, God created us to live godly. He created us to do good works, right? That God prepared beforehand so we can do them. This is the blessing. God does the work first, and then we cooperate. May I say that again? God does the work first, and then we cooperate. Well, what does that look like? Well, there is a requirement that we should love God. Like, if you love me, keep my commandments, right? Well, let's start with the love part. The reason we can love is because of God. It says, the Bible says that we love him because he first loved us. Our ability to love God is caused by God. He puts love in us through Christ so we can love him. And then he said, keep my commandments. You know that's required, right? That's not something we can just gloss over and if we want to, we do it. If we don't, then it doesn't matter. Wait a minute. No, we do. We do keep his commandments, right? If we love him. But here is the promise. If God's love is resident in our lives, then he promised that he will do in us the will and to do of his good pleasure. Well, how does that look with the commandments? The Bible says in Romans chapter 8, in the way that the law was weak in the flesh, then he, by sending Christ in this flesh, he fulfilled the requirements of the law in us who walk not according to the flesh, but according to the Spirit. So Jesus' success in keeping all of the 10 Commandments law is how he is able to embed in our hearts spiritually the ability to also keep his law. So he gives us the ability to keep his law by faith. Oh, faith is required. Okay, well, how do we get faith? God is the author. Jesus is the author and finisher of our faith. So love, we can love him because he first loved us. Faith, he is the author and finisher of our faith, right? Good works, then he was successful in the flesh so that we can do his law. You see, and I could go on and on through the list of things that are required by God that he first gives us. So it is by grace that we are saved through faith. One more passage before we go. Romans chapter 6 and verse 23. For the wages of sin, or the payoff of sin, is death. But the gift of God is eternal life through Christ Jesus. Can you imagine when those individuals were hearing for the first time that there was nothing they could do, but everything that God did so that we could be saved? It's power of God unto salvation to everyone who believes, including you. Have a wonderful day. Peace.
Thanks for joining us, listening friends. Always remember, we cannot live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. This has been your
daily portion with the man himself, L. David Harris. You're just in time. How was it ginger? how was it tea?
You know, my ginger tea was very good, and I just want to say that it could have been better if I decided to put some milk in it.
Ginger and milk?
I knew you were going to say the same thing. Listen, I tried this. A couple.
Do not try this at home.
I would advise you to try it at home. Try a little bit, and tell me how it tastes. All right. So the next time, try and tell us how it tastes. I'm gonna tell you, ginger tea with milk. That's the first thing. When I made it, I said, babe, because I said to my wife, you know, usually my wife is a tester for certain things. No, I'm just kidding. I am. So I made a ginger tea, Ellie, and I might just say, you know, you ever put milk in a ginger tea yet? Because I'm the guy, I like milk in my tea. Well, even bush tea, any bush tea at all. If I am trying to use it for medicinal purpose, I won't put any milk in it. But most of the tea that I drink, I put milk in it. So I said, you know, I'm going to try the milk combination. So I put some soy milk in it. And man, I don't know what it tastes like, but it tastes like...
Your belly hurting you?
No.
One question for you. Your belly hurting you?
No, it's not. Well, listen, it tastes like, well, it tastes like, you ever try lemongrass, which is fever grass with milk?
No.
You never tried that before?
The only thing that I can say that I enjoy with milk, the only bush tea that I enjoy is sage. Do you know sage?
I heard about sage, but I never drank it before.
Oh, sage is so nice. It just has a nice, smooth, flowery taste, and I just put a little bit of milk in that, and it's just like divine.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
That's the only. I have not experimented with any other teas like that to put milk in it, and actually I had a few persons that I know who put milk with mint.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, we have some Lasco that we got here, some chocolate with a hint of mint, and when we have that in the morning, it have a nice little taste to it.
It have a buzz?
Yeah, it have a little. Let's give it have a little spunk to it.
Yeah.
Well, I have never thought about ginger with milk. That's something to consider.
Trust me. All right, and I'm gonna tell you what it does. And so the ginger already would have also helped to neutralize the acidity in your stomach, and know when you have upset stomach, you drink milk,
right?
So
to
the
coat the
combination,
stomach.
right? So the combination with the ginger and the milk is like,
it coming like you use some reasoning. You're getting some reasoning. There's some method. There's some method to the madness.
And when you think about it, all the time people would say a lot of things, and they would say some things, and you're like, what's the reason behind this? You can't really see the logic, but it works. If you should reason it out, you have to really try this with that. Does it work? But yeah. If you want to try, you can.
All right, you heard it right here on the breakfast hour for the first time. Ginger, yeah, man. The herbs truly have healing for the nation.
That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
And so sometimes when you get these highly processed things, it's not the best thing. As going back to natural is always the better road to take. We are getting ready to get out of studio. I want to say thank you so much for joining us this morning. We had a wonderful time. I have been blessed on today, the 1st of May, the very first day of the 5th month. Can you imagine?
We're already at the 5th month in the year.
And we never knew that we would have been sitting in the studio together. We never planned that we would have. But God knew that we would have been here.
Yeah.
And He has placed us right here for such a time like this. I want to say thank you.
You are most welcome. Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
I'm like, guys, if you don't have a born September, try say for the can depole. Let's us all depole. Depole to September.
Yes.
So that we can have some of the positive energy and vibe that comes across from Rowan Positive. You gotta check him out over on TikTok. You gotta follow him. That's Rowan_positive. Yeah, man, and he is certainly a great addition to the breakfast hour. Oh man, we have been having such a wonderful time.
Absolutely. And I just want to say to you that as we are now experiencing the first day of May, I hope that the experience which you now start with, that you're having now, won't stop here. I know you understand what I mean. So, what happened this morning, don't let it just be for this morning. But I'm imploring you to carry it over into tomorrow and the next day and the other day and the next day after that. And what am I saying here? Is that, good things, allow the good things to come out in your life each day. And good things start by thinking in the mind. Yes.
Start right there in your mind. And you have somebody who, also agrees with you. She says, I agree with you.
Yes.
I put milk in every tea. I add milk to turmeric and ginger. And even Cersei.
Seriously? Oh, well, Ellie, thanks for telling me that one, because guess what?
Yes.
For a while, me pick some Cersei down the yard and hang it up to dry, and me can't have the courage to make the Cersei tea,
That's one thing I have not gone ahead and actually drink some Cersei. You know that?
Yeah?
I no.
Right. You really? You really? that maybe a couple months ago, or probably a year, because that's been a while. When I had Cersei that time, it never tastes
like Cersei.
Yeah, it never tastes that bitter.
Really?
No, he says serious. Yeah, it never tastes
You're
that
not
bitter.
sure they engineer it, then change it.
Well,
that means that it's not as potent.
No, I don't know what my parents or my grandparents used to do back in the day, make you afraid of Cersei, but I think they didn't make it too strong. That's the
maybe
reason why
you
we're scared.
making it too weak.
So hold on. You sure I wasn't deliberate about making it that way so we could actually get to drink it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I am motivated to try myself some Cersei.
Yes.
I think I am going to.
Yeah.
Take the Cersei plunge.
Yes, I will.
I'll take the Cersei plunge.
But if milk is added, then it's not in the plunge, isn't it?
I wonder, the
Yeah.
milk make a difference? Because that Cersei, just the thought of it,
Scares you.
Just the thought of it. I know the bitter medicine, they're good for you, but I don't really wrap my mind around it.
Yeah.
So have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day, guys, and stay connected to Flashpoint. We were actually thrilled to have you this morning. And K. Anthony takes us out as usual in fine style.
First thing in the morning, I give thanks for another day. I smile, though I don't have no money. I won't let that faze me, 'cause I'm so grateful for life and another chance. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life, gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive, in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah, gonna live like there's no tomorrow. Hey, 'cause today is all I have. Work hard every day for me and my family. It's rough, but I gotta make it. Right now, can't hesitate. My